Doot, 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 doot. KDO's Keto Kitchen. Alright guys, today I'm going to show y'all how to make some low-carb waffles. This is going to be a half batch here, but you can find the full recipe on my blog, which I will link below. I'm just going to go over some general things to make what I find to be one of the more decent low-carb waffles I have tried. You're going to first start out with some baking powder, 2 large eggs. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of ground flax meal, which is the ground flax seeds, 1 tablespoon of coconut flour. You're going to do a half to 1 whole tablespoon of sweetener. I went with Swerve. You can do anything equivalent to that as well. And then for that, you're going to need 2 ounces of cream cheese. And then since it's a waffle, you're going to use half a tablespoon of regular butter. I went with Kerrygold salted. You're going to need some pure vanilla extract. That's going to be about a teaspoon or more. And then optional, you can do some stevia sweet drops. I did the vanilla cream just because that's what I have. Regular works as well. There's no real method to this. You're just going to take all of your ingredients and put it into a bowl or container that you can easily mix. I like to use an immersion blender with mine, which you can see mine is already still wet because I didn't realize I wasn't recording the first time I shot this. This is actually a second go, so I ended up making a lot more waffles than I planned on just for y'all. But yeah, you're just going to take that half a tablespoon of butter, your teaspoon of vanilla extract. You're going to put it in there with your eggs, your sweetener. I really like Swerve paired with this stevia drops. I did about 8 for this particular batch. And then just make sure you get all your wet ingredients there. The 2 ounces of that full fat cream cheese. Yeah, I like to make sure that it's a little softened because it does emulsify better when you do blend it. And then just go from there. You can blend your wet ingredients before adding dry, but I just went ahead and dumped in that tablespoon of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of ground flax meal. And then for the baking powder, I did about a teaspoon of it. You can do a little less or a little more depending on how it comes out. And then you are just going to blend it until completely smooth. This is not going to be as thick as a traditional waffle batter. If it's a little too thick, you can add some unsweetened cashew milk to help break it up a little bit. And if it's a little too thin, maybe think about adding just a little bit more of that ground flax meal, just to maybe help absorb it a little, or even just a touch more of that coconut flour. You're going to have a griddle heated up while you're mixing this. Just make sure not to let your griddle heat for too long because it may dry them out a little bit too fast. And when pouring the mix, it's about a half cup per waffle. I just went ahead and poured whatever looked like it fit on there, and you're just going to close it and let it cook for the general waffles time. Now, since this is more of a cream cheese mix for the batter, you're going to want to let it cook until all that steam pretty much stops. I know it feels like it's cooking for a little while, but you're going to want to let that because it's pulling a lot of the extra moisture from this mix out for you. And then that helps you get more of a golden waffle here. This one is actually easier to pick up with a fork than some previous coconut flour ones I've tried, and it makes for a more authentic waffle experience. Now, the fun part with these waffles, in my opinion, is how you get creative with it. This time I decided to make a breakfast sandwich. I went with an ounce of cheddar, 1 fried egg, and 2 strips of bacon between. It actually made it nice and portable. I really like a runny yolk on my egg sandwiches. And it's just a really everything good about breakfast. You can even dip it in some sugar-free syrup. You can go more traditional. I did this waffle with some butter, sugar-free syrup. I did some homemade strawberry jam, sugar-free of course, and then just a little bit of whipped cream on top. If you're feeling a little fruity or classic, they are sturdy enough to actually spread butter on. They aren't really crispy, but they are soft, but they don't break when you try and spread that butter on it. They reheat really well. You can take them to work the next day. Here I have it with just a little bit of natural blueberry cream cheese. Just pop it in that microwave for like 10 seconds, and that's more than enough to get it reheated. It softens it, re-steams it, pulls out a little bit of that moisture from sitting in the fridge, And then here's the crazy part. If you want, don't make a sweet waffle, make a savory waffle. Do maybe some Italian seasoning. Don't add the sweeteners. And if the waffle batter is a little thick without adding in the vanilla and stuff, just add a little bit of unsweetened cashew milk to help with that. And then just have fun. Here, I threw that sucker into a panini press and made a little sandwich. It's not crispy, but it is portable and it is delicious. I did a little bit of Swiss, some fresh spinach, and a little bit of basil pesto in there with a little Italian seasoning in the actual waffle mix. So just have fun with this, guys. Get creative, and I hope that somebody found this recipe video helpful. And until my next video, just remember to hydrate, satiate, and celebrate through your day. And I will talk to you later, guys. Bye!